I would like to share my screen.
Okay.
Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
So,
Yes, yes.
I want us to go back to
Yes, ma'am.
types of data. And I want to believe that everyone listening to me now, you've gone through these theory aspects, you've listened to the video, and you have the theory knowledge of what data and what data analysis is all about. I want to believe that. But for emphasis sake tonight and for what we are about to do, you really need to understand what nominal data is, what ordinal data, and what quantitative data is all about. We really need to talk about that. If you listen to the video very well, you hear me saying that qualitative data are descriptive data. They describe something. Why quantitative data are numerical, they are number. And that's why if you look at examples of quantitative data, you will see the number of students, the number of workers in a company, the number of home runs in a baseball game, and all that. Meanwhile, when you look at qualitative data, you will see nominal data, you will see ordinal data. When you look at the examples of this nominal and ordinal data, you will agree with me truly that they describe something. I don't want to spend much time on this, but I really need you to understand. If you listen very well, you will hear me saying, please pay attention to this aspect. So from here now, I want to move to types of statistics. You see SPSS deal a lot with number. You will see a measure of central tendency, you will see measure of variability, you see frequency. And from there, under measure of central tendency, you begin to see mean, mode, median. Then under measure of variability, you see range, variance, and dispersion. When you see SPSS, basically, it was designed for thesis, for student projects. It was designed to describe frequency, to describe all this statistical information. So saying all this now, I would just want us to go straight to our practical. So tonight, just like last night, we'll be dealing with two documents. One is a small document, while another one is a big document. A minute, please. Let me share. So we'll deal with this first. But before we analyze tonight, I want us to see something. You see in SPSS, when you open your software, I don't know if you are using your system at the moment. When you open your software, this is my can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see it.
So my mouse is on my IBM SPSS statistic. So when I open this, I want to believe yours will do the same thing as this. Now you will see run the tutorial, you will see type in data, you will see run an existing query. Oh, can you see what I'm saying?
Please,
No,
have you opened it?
Yes,
We are
it's
just seeing the
open.
folder. No, we are seeing the folder.
Oh,
We can only
really?
see the folder. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. Okay. Okay, can you see now?
Yes, you can see it now.
Okay, thank you. So you will see run the tutorial, you see type in data. For some people, you may not see this. You know the reason why you're not seeing this? Because you've clicked on don't show this dialogue in the future. So for the moment now, you are not going to see something like this. But for people that have not clicked on this, don't show this dialogue in the future, you will see this. And this run the tutorial, this is an expo I'm about giving you now. This run the tutorial after this lecture now, you might just decide to just check some things out there. But for tonight now, one of our exercises tonight is to type in data. So I click on type in data and I click on OK. I believe we can all see this. So when you see this now, please look at my mouse. You will see I'm moving to data view. Then from data view, you see data variable view. Now this variable view is where you enter your questionnaire. Now let's give an illustration. A student, yes, when I say a student, I mean both undergraduates and postgraduates. They bring their questionnaire to you, and we'll be doing like 3 examples tonight. And I have a questionnaire. I intentionally did not send it over because I want to use it as our assessment or just like exercise. Yes, not really as a just to work on. So the questionnaire says, is a businesswoman store where she sells food. Please listen to me. Where she sells food, she sells book, she sells reams of paper. These are the 3 things she sells. And she has one of her customers. Now, this place is where it's more like the backstage of your data view. This is a data view. Now, variable view is where you log in information. So when you want to enter data, the first thing you look at is the first question. Let's say now the organization, let's say now the organization decides to say, okay, on the 2nd of August 2022, Ruth came to buy food worth 10,000 naira. Ruth came to the store to buy food worth 10,000 naira. Now, the first thing we do is on the 2nd, that is the day. So on this variable, I'll click day. Then we'll press on our tab. Please, are you following me? Are we all following me? You click on the tab, you see it has created a whole column. Then we move to number 2. The second thing in the question of the date is the month, August. So we press month, then we press tab again. We are coming back. Then the third question is 2022. We click, 2022 is year, right? So we click on year, then we click on tab. Now let's go back to day. Now, day of the month, definitely their number. So when you click on this, you see numeric, you see comma, you see dot, you see scientific notation, you see date, you see dollar, you see custom currency, you see string, you see restricted numeric. Now for day, it is numeric, and we click on numeric. We are okay with that. We don't want it to be in any form of decimal, so we take it to 0. We don't have, it's just 1, 2. We really don't. Okay, let's say we want, see values here. Let's say we want it to be like, okay, let 1 stand for day 1. But we really don't need that because this is already a number. Assuming it's a word now, we begin to think about how we code it, which we will get there. So for missing, we don't have any missing number. For colon, we don't have any problem with that, right? Now, this is where we are coming to. Let me share my screen again for you to get this. Yes, okay. The PowerPoint. Share screen. Yes. Now, when you look at this, you ask the question, but there is no scale here. You see, this quantitative data can be called scale. It can be referred to as scale. It can be referred to, another word for this quantitative data is scale. As you go ahead, you understand better. So for SPSS, now you will see nominal, you see ordinal, then you see scale. Scale is represented for quantitative or for number. Now let's go back to our data. So this is it. So for day now, since it is number, we click on this, we can see scale, we can see ordinal, we can see nominal. We click on our scale, that is scale. Now for months, you will agree with me that month also like is definitely like 1st to 31st or 30th of the month. So definitely it is number. We are okay, with when we say width now is the number of the number. I don't know if you get, maybe like 10,000. 10,000 is 5-digit word. Yes, five-digit word. So for this day now, if it is the second day of the month, that is 2-digit number. So it is 1-digit number. So if it is 10 now, it is 2-digit number. So all this, the only thing that matter here again is scale. Even the same thing as this place. Now, this is one thing we can do. If we say month, what is the value? I want us to understand this place very well. There are 12 months in a year. Now let's code. We can say the 1 as January. So we want to refer January to 1, while we refer February to 2, while we refer March to 3. How are we going to do it? We just log it in here, January, and then we enter it. That's 1. We now say value 2. We want to see 2 as February. We click enter. We want to see 3 as March. We click enter. We want to see 4 as April. We click enter. So on like that. Just continue like that. You click add. By the time I click on add and I click OK, it is coded already like that. That by the time I come to this pack stage and I click on this, you will see I can now select either the buyer came to buy in the month of February. I don't know if you get. So let's go back to our data and our variable view now. So the same thing as here, we don't have problem with here.
How fun and how what?
Oh Jesus.
No, for me, I know come outside it today. I think
Okay.
okay.
So for year again, at times we look at the year the woman wants to analyze the information of her business. She can decide to say, okay, from 2020 to 2022, I want to analyze my data from 2020 to 2022. We can decide to say, okay, since she wants to analyze her data for 2020, 2021, 2022, we can say value 1. Don't forget, this is SPSS. SPSS also deals with number. And when alphabet comes in, they prefer to code it. And that's where we get our value label. We label our value with numbers. So we can say label 1 as 2020. Meanwhile, it is not necessary. You know why it is not necessary? This is also number. So we don't have problem with this. It is when it involves alphabet, like months. Now, month is January, February, March. We have to represent it with a value. So let's go to the 4th question, the gender. So what is the gender of the buyer? The gender of the buyer, the gender. Now, when we talk about gender, if you listen to the theory aspect very well, you will begin to understand that gender is under a qualitative data. And when we talk about gender, definitely gender is string because it is alphabet, right? Yes, yes. It is. So we bring it to string, and then gender is either a male or a female. So maximum we have 20 characters, maximum. Let's just put it to that, and then we click on OK. So we don't want decimal for any of them. We want to see our data straight, or we don't want 0.0 something or something like that. We don't want. Now, when we come to values now, if you agree with me very well, when you see questionnaires, you always see name, gender, ethnicity, all those primary information of a person before you now begin to say, we want to know about how you get to know about this. What do you feel about that? There is always a personal information, and that is just what we want to, because of our time. We are already 23 minutes gone. That because of our time, that is just what we really want to check, that those personal information, because when you get that straight, it is easy for you to also input other information. Now for gender, it is always a male or a female, and since it is a word, we need to code it. So let's say 1 for female, enter. Then we say 2 for male. Then you click on enter on your system. Once enter comes, or you click on add, anyone you feel like using, then you click on okay. We've encoded this now. Let's go to our data view and see something under gender. You will see, you can see our male and female. And now when we're able to do this, let's assume this person now came to buy something. Okay, let's just finish so that we just do it once. So from there, we want to know the type of product purchased, the type of product purchased. We can just say for this now, most time SPSS select the kind of name or value or label you give your question. They will not allow you for this place now, you will not be allowed to type of products. Let's try it. Let me type it and you will see what will happen. Type of products purchased. You will see variable name contains an illegal character. So most time it is preferred that you just pick a word from there. Then after that, you can now come to label and describe the question in the way that you really want it to be. So for this question now, we can just say purchase, and it is done. Then we can now come here, since that means what our question means more than purchase, we can now type of products purchased. And that's now again, we now come to this place because it is also words. It is either food, book, or papering. So we use one to say label for food. Food. Then you press enter. Then we'll use 2 to code for book. Books. Then we enter. Then we use 3 to code for papering. Then you can as well use add. When we are done with this, we press OK. We've coded our information. Now, let me come back to this here. Year is number, right? We can use it as number because it's 2012, 2020, either 2020, 2021, or 2022. So it's scale. But when we come to gender, gender is either a yes or a no. It is, I wish I can ask questions to me if you are following me. It is nominal. You will even see that they didn't even bring up like scale here because it is either ordinal or nominal before this. Then we now move to purchase. Purchase as well is word. Yeah, type of product purchased. So it is also nominal. Then from there, we now move to the last question, amount paid. That is what we've been waiting for. Now, for this, we will not write amount paid because SPSS software will not allow that. We just write amounts. Then we can come to our label here and type amounts paid. So that's now also, it is numeric. For purchase, type of purchase, it is string. You agree with me, it is string because it is either food, book, or papering. So it is string. Let's also change the character to 20. The number of words is the meaning of the character, the number of words that will be used. So, okay. So we are done with the question. So for this business owner now, what she's concerned about is, I want to know the day this person, the date generally, you know, both day, month, and year is all together date. She wants to know the gender, whether it's male that is patronizing her more or female. She wants to know what she sells best. Is it book? Is it food? Is it rim of paper rim? So that she will know what to invest her money into more in the following year. Then she wants to know the amount she makes. Yes, this days we are not talking about the unit price or the cost price. We just want to know altogether the revenue she's making per year. So now we are done with our data, our variable view. Now let's go to the data view. This is where the work is. Now, peradventure, you have 100 questionnaire. You will enter the 100 questionnaires here. Thank God the questions are not even much. Some questionnaires you see up to 50 questions. And you will have to enter it in the variable view here. The whole 50 questions, that's just from this one, you will enter it here. So that you will see them all lined up here. Whatsoever is it that you do not enter in variable view, you will not see it in data view. So for all the questions in the questionnaire, this is where you will enter them. So for our questionnaire now, we have just 6 questions, and we gave our questionnaires to 5 people. Now we want to enter the 5 people answers to this. So the first person said, the first person's report is she came to buy something on the 2nd of August. Oh, we are not done with this. Let's this month, let's take it to okay, let's just use any of this just for reference sake. So let's say she came to buy it on the 2nd of February, year 2020. Yes, year 2020. And the person is a male. So he came to buy food, and he paid 10,000 naira. Then the second customer to the shop came on the 4th of March. So this place now, you just click on it, of March of 2020. The person is a female. So she came to buy books. She came to buy books, and she spent 3,500 naira in buying the books. Then the third person. So not to waste our time, this is just how data entry is being done. And I want to tell you truly, a lot of works are out there for data entry service personnel, a whole lot. I'll be helping a group of people to help them align with freelancing, how to create your accounts. If I have a freelancing account, I've been there a lot. In fact, let me tell you, it was when I started freelancing, I made up my mind that this data entry, I must learn it, because you will see cool money in not even in Naira. So a lot is into data entry. All you need to do is put in more of your time and learning it. Then go out there, go on freelancing. You will be in the comfort of your room, and you'll be working, and money will be entering your accounts. So this is done already, and I hope I've introduced you according to what was in the flyer. I hope I've introduced you to data entry. This is a backstage. This is where you input the questions. This is where you input the response from the people you gave the questionnaires to. So having said that, let's just go straight to, we have a ready-made data already. Let me just open it. Yes, we have a ready-made questionnaire already. Let me share my screen to that. Now you can all see this. I did this. This was a questionnaire of an undergraduate student where I work, and he just brought it to me. Ma, please, I want to do this. And when you look at this, you feel like you begin to see so many things. Although this is not the full questionnaire, I just pick a few questions out of it. Now, when you look at this, let me show you the back view. This is the back view. It's 8 questions, and we entered for 10 responses. So let me show you something about this. When you look at this, when you come to this, I don't know if you are with your system and you're following me. If you come to this value label, you will see something. You will see that everything turns to number. That means I coded every of the information. You see, SPSS will not respond to you if you don't put your informations in numbers. Really, it won't respond, especially when you talk about descriptive. Descriptive is number. Don't forget, it is a type of statistic. So when you don't code especially when the questionnaire comes, and the questionnaires are coming as your age, your marital status, your religion. When you look at all these questions, they are not something you will they are not answers that comes in number. So definitely you have to code them. Let me show you for age. In fact, for the questionnaire, the age came as range from so age to so age. So I had to enter it that being done, the marital status also came with so many like married, single, divorced, and all that. I had to enter it as number. So doing all that, you come to data entry, and by the time if you look at this arrow to alphabet, arrow to number, you click, you have a bet, because if it is a number form and I bring this kind of information to you as a data analyst, you know what I've just done now is data entry service. Now, as a data analyst, you're like, what is the meaning of this number? What am I to do with this number? But by the time it's in alphabet form, you understand it better. And you're like, okay, the number of so persons, Islam and all that. So now I want us to analyze this. This questionnaire is talking about knowing family planning. Yes, family planning. And the question is just, how do you know about family planning? How did you hear? Have you ever heard about family planning? This is where the question is. Have you ever had the level of education? If you've heard about family planning before, how did you know about it? And that's where you see through social media, through peers, friends, through hospital, through health workers and all that. So we want to know, one, how the statistic of people that are exposed to family planning. Two, how these people get to know about family planning. So just straight up, SPSS is not hard. This work, I think we okay, there was another one. Within 30 minutes, we entered the questionnaire, we analyzed it with SPSS. We took the same questionnaire to Excel. We entered the questionnaire in Excel, and we analyzed it within 30 minutes. So this work sincerely is not hard once you know your way and you know how to manipulate data. Now, looking at this, we want to analyze it. When you look at this, you see file, you see edit, you see view, you see data, you see transform, you see analyze, you see direct marketing, you see graphs, you see utility, you see add-on, you see window, you see help. Now, if you pay attention to the theory aspect very well, you will see that there is frequency. Okay, let's go straight to analyze. Where you see,
Hello, ma. Please, can you help us mute the people that are on mute?
okay. Serious mistakes. Please, everyone should mute their audio, please, so that you don't disturb others. Please, mute your audio. Mute your audio. Thank you. So now, when you look at this, we want to analyze. So we come straight to analyze. We want to, as you already learned in our theory aspect, we want to do descriptive statistics, and we want to work more with frequency. Now, you listen to your student or to the client that brings the questionnaire to you. What do they want? What do they want? Some will say, I'm to calculate the mean, the standard deviation, so and so, please, and with a graph. Some will say, okay, let's see, for frequency now, you will see, okay, let's talk about what we want to. We want to know age. So you click on age, either you move it like this, or you click on, let's do level of education. Once you click on the level of education, you move your mouse to this arrow. Once you click on the arrow, that's you let's click on the arrow, you will see it has moved it automatically. Then let's also talk, let's see, have you ever heard of natural family? We want to know how many people have heard about natural family planning. So we click on it, we move. Then we want to know if yes, from which source, the source at which they know about family planning. Then you can as well use your mouse to move this. Once it is moved, they want to know how many of them have used natural family planning method in the past. We click on this and we use this arrow. Now, this is the information we want to analyze. Depending on what this for us now, this is what we want to analyze. Now, what are the things we want in our results? Let's click on the statistic first. We want, if you remember the theory aspect, you always remember the central tendency. This is the dispersion, this is the distribution. So most time this skewness and curtocy is always used by postgraduate, like all these master students, PhD. But for undergraduate projects, You will see we want to analyze for mean, the median, the mode, and the sum. We want to know about the standard deviation, the variance, the range, maximum, and the minimum. Then we click on continue. Then chart, what kind of chart do they want? Is it bar chart? Is it pie chart? Is it histogram? When they bring questionnaires to you, please ask all these questions. It is very important. Most time they will tell you, I don't know. So it is also important you know what is good for a questionnaire. That's why you don't just jump into a work. For me, I try to understand what is the aim of this work, because for some students, the topic was given to them, so they really don't know much about it. So you yourself, you make research. For me, I do go online, I will read about, I will type that topic online, I will read about it, so that if possible, I'm even able to give him more than his expectation and his wow. So when they come like that, please ask them what do they want. It is when they now tell you, please, I don't really know what the topic is all about, then you go online on their behalf, or peradventure you have a knowledge on that already. For us now, we want a bar chart. We want the graph, the type of graph we want is a bar chart, and it is frequency. We don't really care about percentage. And if it is percentage we want, we can click on percentages. But for this, with its frequencies we want. Then the formats we want our, most times this is not, is it ascending or descending values? Is it ascending count or descending count? For us, we want the ascending values. These things are not hard. All you need is to get informations. Now, when we've done all this, we click on OK. Now, let's see what our results will look like. Now, our result is here. We have for the statistic, we have the mean, we have the median, we have the mode already. So for what we ask for age, level of education, and all this information. You see, all this now, really for some students, they are not necessary. They don't really need it. What they need most is this chart. This is what they want you to copy for them, because this is what will be needed in their project. For us now, have you ever used any natural family planning before? We are, so many of them are not aware. So if we receive 10 response, you can imagine that like 6 of them are not aware. They don't know about family planning method until when the questionnaire got to them. Now, if yes, for those that are aware now, let's say for the 40 or 35% of people that are aware, we can see majority of them is through social media. It's through social media they got to know about family planning. For some, it is through book and journals. For some, it is through home and community members. So you go up again. Have you ever heard of natural family planning? So all these informations, level of education, you see post-secondary education, if you look at this now, some don't even have education at all. And when you look at age, the graph also will bring out the age the age difference, the age of each of the respondents all together. So basically for student thesis, this is a graph they need. Then you interpret for them. At times you can use this, especially for those that come and say, okay, I need you can see the frequency table for age. You can see that graph you are seeing now. You can see table. Yes, you also copy tables. Sorry, you also copy tables. I have a project at hand where you table is even more needed in their chapter 3 a lot. They don't even need much more, because they want to see the result of your of what you've done, of your questionnaire or of your project. So this is our result. Now, I need to tell you that this result is still on SPSS software. And if you don't convert it, it is as useless as anything, because it is you that is a data analyst that know about SPSS software. They don't even, some of them don't even have system, and those that have system, SPSS is not part of this. And you can't even print it like this. It's not in A4 format. I know project is always in A4 format. Now, this is one thing we do. You convert it. You export it. Yeah, you export it. Now, by the time we want to export it, what do we want to export it into? Is it to Excel or to Word? Please, are you following me? Are you following me? and I hope I'm not so fast. Please, I just want you to be following me. Please just follow me. Now I want to convert it to Word because that is what everybody understands. Even the project is in Word. So our result now, we want to convert it to Word. We click on Word, and then we click on where to save it exactly. This is it. This is, I want to save it. You can browse it. Okay, no, this is not where I want to save it. I want to save it under my document. Just click on somewhere, and maybe I want to save it under my document. And can you all see what I'm doing? Let me share this. Okay, I believe you'll be seeing it now. You want to save it. You want to save. Okay, let me just, you want to save it now. This is it. This is the result. This is the result. Now you want to save it. You click on this export. Can you, I believe you can all see my mouse. You click on the export. Clicking on the export now, something is coming up. Let me show. Okay. So let me start the result process. Can you all see the screen? Let me confirm if you can all see the screen. Okay. Okay, I'm starting from the result now. Okay, apologies. I'm starting from the results now. Now, this is our results. I believe we can all see the results. This is our result. We can see from the family method, past, those that the sources of their information, how they got to know about the family planning. That is some, we can see the highest sales from social media. Majority of them got to know about family planning from social media. Some got to know about family planning from books and journal. Some got to know about home and community member. Now let's look at this, the level of the education, the level of education of those that responded, the age of those that responded. So basically, now in the results, all they need is a graph and some of the table, not even all the table, some of the table, because what their supervisor really wants to see is the graph. What they want to see is the graph, what goes up, what goes up, because the graph summarizes everything. So you just copy it and say, you copy it like that, then you export it to Word. You agree with me that most of the project of undergraduate or postgraduate student is always in A4 paper. It's so, and looking at this result now, it's not even, you can print this, but it won't even print on A4, and it won't even match with the format of what a project should look like, all the time New Roman and all that. So this is what will happen. This result like this, you can decide to cut some, you can decide to move some, but as it is like this, we export it. Now look at my mouse as it is coming to the left hand side of the screen. You will see export. From the left, you see document, you see print, you see every other thing. Now you will see export. Now when you click on the export, let me come in. Now, this is it. This is, can you? Please, why are you raising up your hand? I can see some people are raising up. Please just type your question. Yes, please, you can see the screen now. I believe you can all see the screen now. Please just ask your question in the chat. So now, this is where, when you click on the export, this is where it takes you to export output. Now, when you look at this, they will ask you, is it all visible? Is it selected? Just click on all. When you've exported to Word, you can begin to format the document. But now, they will ask, what do you want it as? Is it as PowerPoint? Is it as portable document format? Is it as HTML? We want it as Word because that's what we really want to use it for. That's the format of the project. Then you'll be asked, where do you want to save this document? So for me, I can say I want it saved on my document. And I want it saved as SPSS training one. Then by the time I'm done with that, you see, this second line again is asking you save type as, we want it as Word. Then you save it. Once it is saved, your document is, you then come down here, you click on OK. Okay, then it is saved. It is saved. Now, let me show you the outcome. Just a minute. Let me show you what it will look like after you've saved it. After you've saved it. Okay, let me share this. I believe you can all see my screen. Now, this is the outcome. You can edit this, you can do whatever you want to do with it. Let's assume, let's now format it to project. You know, most time projects, you first Control A it, then you know, most time project is Time New Roman. You click on enter, and you know, most time you click, and you know, most time project is also in 12 format. Then you're done. Then you can now remove some things that are not necessary then, and then your result is out. You've analyzed tests for students and you collect your money. It's no big deal at all. Analyzing a document is no big deal at all. So we are done for that. Now I want us to touch something. Let me share my screen for us to see this. I want us to export an SPSS data, sorry, an Excel data, so SPSS. You know, when we open SPSS the other time, we're asked, do we want to type in our project or we want to enter a query? Now, let me show you something. Now, I believe you can all see a plain sheet for SPSS. Now, we have a document as Excel, and we want to format it, want to bring it into SPSS software. This is how you do it. Maybe someone come and say, okay, please, I have my document, I have my questionnaires are entered already, but it was entered with Excel, and I want it to be analyzed with SPSS. This is what we do. You bring your mouse, you come to this that looks like a file, you open it. Once you click, you click on it. Once you click on it, see where it brought us to. Then this is where mine is on my desktop. Let me share this. So it's on my desktop, and now training folder, training material, then SPSS. Now you have to pick the file type. When you pick the file type, now don't forget the person brought the document as an Excel document, so you have to pick Excel as the file type. Now looking at this, I have my Excel document here. I click on it and I click on open. Let's see what will happen. It will first process it. Yes, it is coming as opening Excel data source. Yes, please open, go ahead. It's click on OK, and this is the data exactly the way it is in Excel. Now, let me note this. SPSS is not really for big data. SPSS software, it does not be designed for big data like Excel that can take hundreds of thousands of data. SPSS is limited. Like I said earlier, SPSS was created for student tests. It's just for, You can't see it. Sorry. Let me just. So sorry. I believe you can all see my screen now. It's just, this is just the way the data is on Excel, exactly like this. This is a TLC calculating a questionnaire calculating the number of cancer patients, yeah, the years they got it and all that, and it's about chemistry questionnaire, and the analysis has been done in the lab, and these are just the numbers that came out. So I just want to tell you about exporting data. And even when you save a data as this, you can, in Excel, you can as well import data. Now, we imported data into SPSS. We imported an Excel data into SPSS data. So for this now, we can as well analyze it. In fact, this is not even a problem at all because it is number already. So prevention, we want to analyze this now. We come again, this time around to descriptive, and we have all the information. Let's assume we want to analyze the V1, that the V1 described the years. In 2010, it was this MA12 male. They are not involved. Let's say we just want to know about year. They want to know about the male and the number of females that are affected. Simple as that. That's just what we care about. And most time, the reason why descriptive is not used for some data is because of graphs. Generally, it is not all data that descriptive will bring graph for. It is not all data that descriptive analysis will bring statistical information for. You can say all you get to see here is the dispersion, the distribution, and the display order. Compared to frequency, let's go to frequency. You will see frequency will tell you, okay, let's analyze the statistical information. Let's get the chart, let's get the format, let's get the bootstrap, all those information. But for descriptive, it's very deep and it's very detailed and it is very selective. It does not just analyze any form of data. Now, prevention, now this person does not need a graph. Let's use descriptive. I want to just know about the year, want to know the number of female, want to know the number of male. Let's check for option. We want to know, yes, this is just okay. Yes, Q2 now want to see the distribution and variable list. We're okay with that. We say okay, then we say okay, let's see what our results will look like. Now, when you see this, you see it's very short and detailed. We can see for male, we can see 120. We can see for female, we see that is a statistic. We can see for 20. Sorry. Now, this is the result. The result is very short and detailed. Very short. Like I said earlier, they don't need graph. All they want to know about is the minimum statistic, the maximum statistic, the mean, the standard deviation, the variable, and the Q2C, and they have the result already. Like I said already, this is about chemistry data, and it is best they understand what they want and they are using it the way they want. So this is it. So basically for SPSS, yeah, a student here you want to analyze, sincerely, it is very, very lucrative. It is very, very lucrative. For the first one we did, people collect money separately. Like if I'm the one that will be entering your questionnaire, this is the amount you will pay. Then this is the amount you will pay for analyzing, for analysis. This is the amount. For some people, their questionnaire is entered already. Or for some people, it's secondary data they are bringing. And for, imagine the person that brought this data now as Excel and is coming to say, I want it as SPSS, to be analyzed with SPSS. There is a tendency that the person got the information as a secondary data. So for some people, they got their information as secondary data and they bring it to you. All you need to do is to analyze, import it and analyze it. So SPSS is very straightforward, very straightforward. I believe we all understand it even better now because there is more to it, truly. There is more to SPSS. There is, under this analysis, you will see tables, you will see linear model, you will see correlate, you will see regression. These are, if you want to make more money, truly, it is when you analyze for PhD students. Because you get plenty, they do a lot of questionnaires, and they will ask for correlate, they will ask for regression, they will ask for log linear, they will ask for neural networks, they will ask you to manipulate results for them. So it is not only SPSS is not only descriptive, it's not only about descriptive statistics. And even when you look at the descriptive statistics, you will see explore, you will see crosstabs, you will see ratio. All these are deep into SPSS. So, but like I promised, I said I will be introducing data SPSS to us. That is what we've done. What you've gotten tonight now, you will analyze. Even master students tests, you will analyze. Are you a researcher here? There is no big deal. Yes, there is more. There is more to learn. But basically, this is what SPSS training. You see frequency and descriptive. This is because SPSS, if you need a spreadsheet, then people go more for Excel to get their dashboard and spreadsheets. But for SPSS, it's always frequency and descriptives. So for tonight, I think we've done justice to we've done justice to SPSS. We've entered data, we've analyzed data, and we've import data. This truly, this knowledge will take you far. It will take you far. Truly, you will make money, and you even make money that you even have enough to register for bigger courses. So saying that, I would like to thank you all for staying with me and for listening to me. We've come to the end of this section. If you have questions, yes, a group will open for a SPSS training, so that if you have any question, you will it will be answered. Moreover, let me say it now, due to many people asking for certificates, many people want to know more about, yes, so many people ask, well, will I get certificate? Nobody gets certificates with free training. Nobody gets that. Really, you can't. But there will be a masterclass, both for Excel and SPSS. There will be a masterclass that will take us one deep into data entry. Yes, we have to go deep. See, we've just entered 5 questions. There are questions I have deal with questionnaires that is up to 50 something questionnaires. Now, when you have questions like that, how do you enter it? Yes, okay, we will go deep into graphs as well. We will talk about all these regressions. Truly, we'll talk about regressions, we'll talk about correlates, we'll talk about log linear, we'll talk about this, and also forecasting. Yes, forecasting is another word that we it's another analysis that PhD most time. And then you get, please go on freelancing. Yes, for the master class, there will be a bonus. There will be 1 week mentorship, and you will be trained on how to open a freelancing account and how to get the best of it. You will have that opportunity, and it will come. In fact, I'm not the only one that will take it. For Excel, I'll be the only one, because for Excel, we are going deep into pivot table, we are going deep into dashboard. Excel is the big deal for organizations. So even banks, they want people to come and train them. You have this skill, you go and give your proposal to banks that I can train you a lot. I have someone that you train a banker, you train them for 75,000, 150,000. And imagine a bank that has up to like 15 staffs. Imagine what you're making that. So we are taking it deeper, and then there will be certificates. So for this SPSS now, we will be bringing a renowned professional in SPSS. I will be bringing him in to train us more. We'll be going deeper also with Excel. We'll be creating dashboard. We'll be manipulating data. So for that, there will be a master class. where, and I will share the flyer with us tonight. And also someone requested for assessment. How will I know my student learn if there won't be assignments? There is, and that was why the questionnaire we just finished and we did the data entry. I intentionally did not share it with us because I want to share it later today or tomorrow morning, and you will be submitting it 7 p.m. tomorrow. Yes, for the first 3 that submit, there is a gift. And get the analysis correctly, there will be gift for the first 3 people. Yes, for the first 3 people. So that is that. Thank you very much for staying with me. We are about exceeding our time. Yes, I know I stayed out for like 3 to 4 minutes. I know we've covered that. Thank you very much. Please, I'll create the group now. You can just join the group so that we don't, or I might not even need to create another group. I'll just open the group, drop your question, drop what you feel and all that. Thank you for staying. Yes, let me, just a minute. Thank you for staying with me for more than 1 hour now, right? Yes, more than 1 hour. More than 1 hour. Thank you very much. Please, if you have questions, if you have anything you would like to tell me, I'll give more detail. Yes, I will give more details about the master class. I'll give more details. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Have a beautiful night rest. Okay, I should unmute you. Okay, let's unmute everyone. So everyone will unmute. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please show us your face.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Please, if you have questions, tomorrow we also answer questions. If you ask questions, if you have any from, I will open the group now.
Please,
Share
can
your
we
mind.
make the thank you so much, teacher. Is it possible for us to get the YouTube
Of
this
course.
recording as soon as possible because of the assignment so that we can go through it again?
Okay, because of the assignment.
Exactly.
If I now release it now, okay, there's some okay, so okay. Okay.
All right, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.